So the pre-patch for the War Within has recently released and it's already gone through some pretty massive changes. So in this video, I want to go over all the information you need for the pre-patch, how to efficiently farm it, and the rewards you're able to get from this event. And you're primarily going to be farming the Radiant Echoes pre-patch for catch-up gear for all of your alts, as all of the gear you're able to get from this event are warbound, so you're easily able to trade it between characters. Because if you're not trying to get this gear for your main or for your alt, you're able to earn all of the other rewards from this event fairly quickly. And as mentioned, this pre-patch event has already gone through some major changes, so this is going to be all of the information as the event currently is, but I would not be surprised if it's changed or buffed in other ways in the future. And the Radiant Echoes event is an open world activity that takes over one of 3 zones, and this will cycle every hour. It starts in Searing Gorge, then it goes to Dustwallow Marsh, then it goes to Dragonblight. And there is a small pre-patch questline that will take you into this event, and you'll be able to find all of the portals to easily get to all of this events in the Legion version of Dalaran. You just go to the middle room that's in the middle of Dalaran. It'll teleport you down to the portal room. There will be portals to all of these locations. There'll be the event vendor there as well. And once you teleport to that zone, there'll also be a portal to take you back to Dalaran. So you don't have to worry about physically traveling to any of these locations. Now, once you've teleported to the zone that the event is currently active in, at the top of your screen, you'll see a meter with a percent in it. This meter starts at 100%, and as you complete event activities, this meter will empty. Once it gets to 0%, the final boss of the event will spawn, you kill that boss, and then that meter will instantly reset back to 100%, and you go back to farming these activities until you empty the meter again and go defeat that boss. The event is constantly cycling, so no matter what zone the event is in, no matter what time you want to start farming, you're easily able to just jump in and start farming. And all of these events you're completing to empty out this meter will be labeled on your map, and they're all very simple. Either kill a mini boss, interact with some objects, kill a bunch of enemies in the area, all of these same objectives you're normally accustomed to in WoW. And every time you complete one of these events, you will also get some of the new currency for this event, which is called residual memories. This is going to be the main currency for this event that will allow you to buy some mounts, some pets, and a bunch of alt catch-up gear. So this currency is really the main thing you're doing this event for, and you're going to be getting a good chunk of it now. So as mentioned, for completing any of these activities, you'll get a big chunk, which is 200 just for completing any activity. You'll also be getting an additional 25 anytime you kill one of these mini bosses, or sometimes these areas can also have rares in them. And then you'll also be getting a very small amount of this currency for any enemy you kill within these event areas. And on top of that, anytime you complete one of these events, you also have a chance to get a piece of warbound gear. All of the warbound gear you can get from this event can be randomly obtained from any of these activities, and it's also going to be the same gear you're using the currency to buy from the vendor. And you're going to be able to get gear for every single slot, and it's all going to start at a 480 item level. And on top of all of this, you're also going to be getting 2 Whelpling Crests every one of these activities you complete. And these are pretty important because this gear starts at 480, and you can upgrade it to 4 out of 8 only using Whelpling Crests and Flight Stones. So you can upgrade all of that gear a little bit pretty much just from completing these base activities. Now, as mentioned, every one of these activities you complete will empty that meter a little bit. Once you fully empty that meter, the end boss will spawn, and when you kill the end boss, you will get 1400 of the event currency. You will also get 1 guaranteed piece of this 480 warbound gear, and it's completely random. It could be trinkets, it could be mail gear, plate gear, weapons. You can get pretty much any piece of gear no matter what character you're playing. And on top of that, you can also get a box for your first time killing this end boss per character that gives you a higher item level piece of gear. I think at 496, but that piece of gear will be soulbound to that character, and I'm not sure if you're able to obtain that box once per week per character or if it's just once per character. You can also do this as more of a daily activity to get some pretty massive chunks of this currency, because in every one of these 3 zones there will be a daily quest that wants you to kill the last boss of that area. and turning in that quest will give you 3,000 of this event currency. Now that's daily per account, so you only have to do it daily on one character, and that's 3,000 per zone every day, so that's quite a lot of pretty easy currency. Now after all the changes to this event, there's not really a way to more efficiently farm this event besides some small things you can do. So all of these activities that are constantly rotating that you're wanting to complete will have different objectives. Now they're not randomized objectives, so you'll start to learn what the activities are in each area. Some are going to be a bit quicker than others. Usually most people just go to the activities that want you to kill one boss enemy, because while those do take a bit because those mini bosses do have a lot of health, they're much more simple to do. If you have some geared characters there, it'll usually go much quicker, and you'll always get that 25 additional currency because you're killing that boss. So usually everybody focuses on those, and then I usually focus on the other activities that just have you kill a bunch of enemies, because those also seem to be pretty fast. Usually the slowest activities are the ones that want you to interact with something or pick something up and take it somewhere else. Usually those are going to be the slowest. And as mentioned, this event is primarily for farming catch-up gear for all of your alts, and there's some additional things you can do to make this even better. So as mentioned, just doing these activities will give you currency and chances to get this gear. All of this gear is warbound, so you can put it in your warband bank to very easily be able to access it all. You can also transfer this event currency between all of your characters using the new transfer function that came with warbands. So it's very easy to just transfer the currency on the character you're currently trying to buy gear on. Now another pretty big change is that all of this gear is able to be used in the catalyst. So any of these 480 item level pieces of gear can be used in the catalyst to be turned into season 4 tier gear. Now this item level is LFR item level, but you can get your tier set, which is going to be very good for leveling up in the War Within, and you're also able to get the transmog appearance for your full tier set if you have all of the charges of the catalyst to use. And even though this is LFR item level gear, you'll still be able to go upgrade the gear to make it stronger. You'll also be able to upgrade the gear to also earn the normal appearances for these tier sets as well. So you take the 480 item level gear to the catalyst, turn it into your tier sets or for your other pieces, then you take that gear to get it upgraded, and once you upgrade it to 496, I think this is 6 of 8 on the upgrade, it will then turn that gear into normal item level gear, which will then give you the normal raid appearance. So you'll be able to get 2 different colors of your tier set. And outside of your tier set, you'll still be able to gear up for every single slot on all of your characters. So you'll still be able to get a necklace, rings, a weapon, and you'll also be able to get some trinkets, and some of these trinkets are pretty strong. Specifically, you can get an updated version of Deathbringer's Will that can be used on any character with any main stat, and that is a pretty good trinket for the item level. So using this event, you can pretty easily get all of your alt characters with some decent gear, full tier set, and some decent trinkets. And if you're an altaholic, one final tip would be to farm up all of the different types of this warbound gear, so cloth, leather, mail, and plate, and just put it in your warband bank so you can have a bunch of sets of this gear. So if you want to level up another character in the War Within, you'll have a bunch of starter gear to make that leveling easier and much quicker. But that's pretty much the entirety of this pre-patch event. It's very good for gearing up a bunch of alt characters, especially for leveling in the War Within. But that's all I want to go over, so thanks for watching.